Welcome to this overview of our brand new plugin we developed with much love. Sublimer is an easy and efficient tool to make most sources sound bigger, louder, wider, clearer and punchier. A good approach to dialing Sublimer is to sweep between more extreme settings at first, before refining the range to find the sweet spot in your context. Today I will show you the overview of the different settings and how the effect sounds, of course, on different sources. Let's start with a click here in a session. Let me turn off quickly the tooltips, which of course you can enable whenever you want. So you might notice how it makes it slightly punchier, but of course it's pretty subtle. Let's pair that with the drums quickly so you can hear it better before I go through the different settings and everything. Alright. So of course, pushed at the maximum value, it gets a bit too bright, it gets a bit too loud also, because it does add a bit of volume, although not as much as you would usually push a source to get it as present in a mix afterwards. That being said, the idea is that you don't want to overdo it on a source that's already pretty clean and pretty nice. But when it's dull and when it's a bit weak or synth sounding and all that stuff, it's very neat to be able to push it just a bit further here. Of course, you can always sequence and put in series, multiple instances, because it's really optimized on the CPU usage, etc. Although it depends if you use the oversampling. If you do go above ×8, it gets a bit hungry on the performances. Although it's still okay. You can see at the bottom left my performances playing on Studio One. Enabling the oversampling and increasing the value will allow for more precise processing overall, a better resolution in terms of processing, but also it will slightly shift the frequency response of the effect. It will preserve a bit more brightness overall. It will boost a bit less or a bit cleaner, in a cleaner and tighter way, the low end. So sometimes if you notice that the effect is a bit, the result of the effect on a source is a bit boomy or muddy or stuff like that, or it's a bit too rough sounding, you can sometimes just increase a bit the oversampling, and it will change quite a bit the definition and the tone, it's kind of a very subtle tone setting that's hidden in the settings if you want. You may have noticed those little lock icons that probably you have never seen elsewhere, because I haven't, and I've used like a bunch of plugins. I have hundreds installed on my computer. I've been like working in mixing and mastering for years now, and in the audio industry for more than 10 years. So basically what they are used for is to be able to lock a setting, and when a setting is locked, it will be actually saved and recalled with the presets, which is pretty handy if you have a specific preset that you want to have the oversampling turned on or off, or you want the UI to be very small or very big, whatever. You can totally customize that to your taste, which is pretty neat. And of course, you can leave them unlocked if you don't want to use this feature. On top of that, you will notice, let's go over the settings while we are at it, that you have a bypass icon here that lets you do a latency-free bypass. You have access to the settings just here. Notice that the icon just changed to close it, but you can actually click just anywhere else outside of the pop-up. It will work. Finally, sorry, I don't know why we have the little trim labels that are coming behind from Studio One. Sometimes it's a weird bug. That happens with a lot of plugins. The link here will actually let you offset the input and the output, so that you can basically gain compensate your changes a way or another, and you can control click to reset those in place. Same thing for the main knob, which can be control clicked. Of course, for all the knobs, you can also enter the values dynamically, and it will just behave properly, including for the link, which is pretty neat. You may notice those white lines fixed here. It's not a bug, it's actually because it's, for now, it's remembering the last maximum true peak value that was detected from the playback signal. So we can just click either on the value to reset it or on the lines in the meter. Both will work. And the output and the input are separated because sometimes you want to monitor the maximum true peak on one, sometimes you want to reset just at one stage or both. Here we have the preset menu, of course. It's pretty easy. As I said, it's just a matter sometimes of maybe saving the UI, the oversampling. If you notice, you always use the same kind of settings and the same kind of scenarios. You can save a little preset for that just to be a bit faster. You can definitely make this preset as the default one. You can change the main preset folder. You can refresh the list if you have added some files into your preset folder. By the way, if you want to have a lot of presets and you want to organize them, you can totally make some subfolders within the main preset folder, and you will create some categories here and some submenus directly. You have the AB copy here, so it's just letting you copy the current settings to another version, so to B, for example, and then you can dial some other settings, and then you can, with latency-free, switch between one or the other of the settings. Again, sorry for the little things. I guess it's just about the automations. Let me close all the automation lanes. Here we go. Maybe we won't have this issue anymore. The resize can be done here as well on the bottom right, as well as from the settings. So I guess that covers most of the settings that you need to be aware of to use it properly, although it's a pretty intuitive tool, as you can see. And now I stop talking and I'll make you listen to how it can sound. Let me just dial it in a relatively subtle way to find this one. I prepared everything to make a nice and slick demo, but since I'm pretty bad at that, I figured I'd just do a natural one, like during the streams, and the manual will fill for the blanks. So finally, yeah, on the mix bus, we can listen to everything in context. Watch out the volumes, it's gonna be a bit loud at first. And maybe we can play from the break here. It's pretty neat to retain some energy during the breaks as well, with an automation. This concludes our overview of the plugin. I hope you enjoyed it, and of course let me know if you have any questions, if you have any feedback. You would be more than welcome after all this work invested into this project. I hope it will be appreciated at least by a few people here and there and can be useful to some of you. So you can enjoy the 14 days fully functional trial to just evaluate it and see what you think about it. Don't hesitate again to share your feedback, be it on Discord or via the contact form on our website. Until next time, take care and stay productive.